Should you hire a real estate coach or mentor? We're going to go through that in this episode, so stay tuned. All right, so here's the thing. When dealing with or talking about even, should I consider hiring a mentor? I don't know. It's like someone going to college, and do they go to college to learn how to be a doctor? I know, okay, maybe we're not, actually doing surgery and stuff like that, but you are putting a lot of money at risk, and you want to make sure that you're doing things correctly, right? So what I found is through mistakes, you could lose way more money than just hiring someone to mentor you and show you how to do it and do it correctly. It not only do you save that initial money by, it's going to cost you in the form of, who knows, maybe you lose a ton of money on the deal. Here's the thing, in real estate investing, you're going to pay one way or another. You're going to either pay for good mentorship or you're going to pay by losing money by making bad mistakes. I'd rather shortcut my learning curve, pay a little bit, bring someone in on a deal, whatever it takes to learn. I still do that to this day. I bring people in the deal that know more than me about that specific project to learn from them, and in doing so, they get some equity out of the deal. I'm always looking for and open towards mentorships. What I don't want to do is guess my way through it and lose a bunch of money. That's not good. If I could extract that knowledge from that mentor, great. I'm going to give you and share with you how I got started actually in real estate investing. So 24 years ago, I started looking and networking and getting into real estate, but I wasn't quite sure. I could find the deals a little bit, but I couldn't find necessarily the money, and I was looking for that mentor. So I ended up partnering with my father-in-law, and he ended up fronting the money and sharing so much wisdom. I got years of wisdom from him, and in doing so, he would front the money for the purchase of the property, front the money for the rehab. I would then refinance it, pay him off his purchase price and rehab, and then what we would do is rent it and just do it over and over and over again. Some of you guys know it as the burst strategy. Bigger Pockets wasn't around back then, so we just, rinse and repeat is what we were doing. So, and I would cut him in on a third of all these deals. We probably did a dozen deals, maybe more than that, but call it somewhere around a dozen, where we just kept doing that, and I happily paid him. I've never thought, oh my gosh, I paid him a third of this of these deals over all this time, and what a waste of money. Not once. In fact, I tell people, if I didn't have a good mentor when I got started, I probably wouldn't be in the business today, and I truly believe that. If you don't have a good mentor and someone this is what you want to look for. You want to look for someone that's successful. Success leaves trails. Are they someone that said they did it 20 years ago, or is it someone that's actually actively doing it? The way I look at it is, if you're not actively doing it, if I'm not actively doing real estate, you don't see me doing real estate constantly, then why are you listening to me? The market's constantly moving. You want to make sure that that person, whoever you're taking advice from, not only has been there, done that, but is there doing that. I say that all the time, and I mean it. So make sure whoever you're taking advice from is worthy of giving you that information. Especially, you're giving them, they're putting all that information in your head. That's kind of what you're paying for. You're also paying for these people's connections. They're professionals. They have a good network already. So what you want to make sure is that you're able to tap into their network. That could be their tradespeople, their funding options, all these, where they're getting their deals. The more you could tap into that, you have instant credibility by working with them. So all of these things actually make your learning curve so much quicker and allow your ramp up time faster and faster. The one thing we don't have on this earth that you can't buy is more time. So the faster you get around that curve, the better. Why not pay for it? You're going to, like I said, you're going to pay for it one way or another. So again, what you get to tap into with a mentor is their funding options, their contractors options, their credibility, things like that, their network. When you're paying for a mentor, mentorship, these are the things that you could expect to get. It's so valuable, this information that you're getting. So anyways, just kind of food for thought. The other thing is you're out of your comfort zone, so having someone bring you into a different space and also show you the cons of what's going on. What is things to watch out for? Contractors, things that are being said that maybe are misleading to you. They're going to help you vet and flesh all of those things out as well. One thing I really like about having a mentor is the accountability piece. Holding people accountable. If you hire someone, you're now accountable to that person to do what you say you're going to do. It's more than you just telling yourself, but you're telling someone else. And once you verbally speak that, you're now accountable for the actions that you're going to take. So to me, I like it. It gets you out of your comfort zone. You should try it if you haven't. Get a mentor. Start interviewing people, making sure that they do, that they actually do real estate. But also, if they do and you know who those people are, make sure that you're a value add to them as well. I can't tell you like how many people just ask, but don't reciprocate and ask how they could help as well. So if there's that win-win relationship, they're even more apt to help you. And telling you more than once, they don't want to tell you more than once. So if they keep harping on you, it just becomes old and redundant. Just do what they say, do what they ask you to do and execute on it. So again, I'm going to talk to you about this. You could pay someone for a mentorship. That could be an upfront fee. That could be bringing them into the deal on some of the profits, whether it's a fix and flip or buy and hold, whatever it might be. It could be a combination of the two. But again, what's your options if you don't? To go figure it out on your own? So many people burn themselves out. They do all the wrong things and are out of being a real estate investor before they got in. I tell the people I work with all the time, it is critical that we get them into our training when we're working with them, because otherwise they're going to end up with somebody else potentially that doesn't know real estate investing, and then they're out of the market. I think about that all the time with me getting involved with real estate. If I wasn't lucky enough to have that right investor in the beginning, I might not be here today talking to you guys. Anyways, find someone that you work well with and see if you could partner with them. Talk to them about mentoring you. See what that costs. Either bring them in on the deal or pay them a chunk. Either way works for these mentors. Anyways, if you are looking for help and you just need a little bit more guidance going in the right direction, click on the link below. We'll help you at least get going in the right direction, identify some of the market opportunities and whatnot in your area that you could take advantage of and get going today. So click on the link, get scheduled. We'll talk to you soon.